welcome to every single one of you guys that made it on tonight. My name is Tim Trahan. It is my plum pleasing pleasure to be able to just share some information with you guys tonight. I truly believe in having great conversations and not just presentations. Why do I say that? Because presentations insinuate that I'm trying to sell you something, right? And I'm not. I'm just trying to educate you on something that I got a hold of about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and it absolutely changed my life, right? And I'm a firm believer in educating you and giving you all the information that you need to have an absolutely fantastic decision that you need to make. But at no point in time am I trying to sell you on anything, right? Just educate you. Just let you know what we got, what it is our company is about, and then you make a decision based on what your need is. And if you see an opportunity for yourself, or if you see a need for what it is that we have, then guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. So, I always tell people, say right place, right time, because timing is everything, right? Whether we're talking about from a health and wellness standpoint, whether we're talking about from a financial standpoint, guys, timing is everything. And like I said, guys, my name is Tim Trahan. I'm the International Director of Sales here with Sanki Global. And I just want to share a brief conversation with you, let you know exactly where we are with this company, but more important, where we're going with the company and how you can position yourself for greatness, how you could be sitting really in the driver's seat. And what do I mean by the driver's seat? You can be in control of your entire destiny as it pertains to this particular company. Why? Because just like, you heard about, being on the front end of any industry, right? You always want to be on the front end of it. I don't care what the industry is. If we're talking about, Tesla, right? Just imagine where you could be if you were on the front end of Tesla. Right? Just imagine where you would be if you were on the front end of Bitcoin. We all know about Bitcoin. We all know about it, right? Just imagine if you were sitting in that place and you were the guy that was actually being sold or selling a pizza, and somebody gave you 120 Bitcoin for one pizza. Where would you be today? That's 120 times whatever the price of Bitcoin is at this time. So what are we telling you guys? You're sitting in the right place at the right time, because we're on the cutting edge. We're on the cutting edge of health and wellness. We're on the cutting edge of doing some fantastic things with this incredible company. And what I want to do is I want to share some information with you that was shared with me a little while ago. So let me pull up my presentation. Hold on one second. I got like 5 or 6 different things going on my screen at the same time, but let me pull this up and hopefully we can get it going. Let me see. All right, here we go. So what I want to do is I want to just make sure that we all see the information that we need to see, right? And make sure that we're all in the same place at the same time. So we want to welcome you to Sanki Global, guys. We are a global company with a global presence. We are on the cutting edge of everything that you know about health and wellness. We are really the Bitcoin of the health and wellness industry. We are the Tesla of the health and wellness industry. So like I said in the beginning, just imagine yourself being on the front end of Tesla, being on the front end of Bitcoin, being on the front end of Amazon, all of those things, right? This is where you are. And you'll understand why as we go through this presentation. So let's talk about it, right? Before we get started, guys, I just want to put this disclaimer out there so everybody know exactly who we are. But guess what? More importantly, who we are not, right? We are not pretending to be physicians. We are not pretending to make medical claims. We are not telling you that we are curing any diseases, right? I say we don't cure anything, but we absolutely help with everything. And you'll understand what that means in a second, okay? And also, we don't make any financial claims, all right? We're right here. We're telling you exactly what it is that we have and why we're doing what it is that we're doing. So anything that you hear about an income is totally based on your skill level and where you are. Can you follow instruction? What your skill level is? What's your determination? How hard are you willing to work to get to the income that you're willing to get to? That's what we're about, right? So let's jump into it, right? I'm a firm believer in sharing information. I believe that people love to purchase, but they hate to be sold. So I don't want to sell you anything, but what I want to do is educate you on everything that we're talking about as it pertains to health and wellness, why we're on the cutting edge of health and wellness, and what makes us special, right? What absolutely makes us special. So let's jump into it, right? Let's think about it. Every single day, people feel a certain way. People feel 3 things. They feel stress. And that stress leads to loss of feeling like they're having loss of control. And that also, excuse me, makes you feel like you're worrying about all kind of things. So we put our financial and health goals on the shelf for the next day. All right, we use the same excuses. We'll start tomorrow. We'll start next week. We'll start next month. We'll start next year. Well, guess what? Every time you say you'll start tomorrow, guess what? Tomorrow never comes, because tomorrow gets here, or the next day gets here, and you'll say, I'll start tomorrow. So that never comes, right? Next week never comes. Next month never comes. So what is it that you need to do? You need to take action now, right? So let's talk about it. Why Sanki? Why now? Why today? Why now? Why Sanki? My question is this. We know that there are catastrophic things that are happening in the world today. We know it. Every single day we talk about it. We know that there is a catastrophic scenario that's going on, and it has various variants that's attached to it. We know that, right? So if you had something in your life that can help you to combat those situations, why wouldn't you take advantage of it? We know what the economy is like right now, right? We know it, right? Jobs are going away and they haven't come back. Like plenty of people, I tell you, man, I got friends right now that were business owners. And guess what? Their entire industry, their business has shut down. And they are literally looking for jobs today to be able to get back so they can be able to reinvest in their business, right? We have a solution to that, right? And we're going to talk about it today. So when we're talking about these solutions, my question to you is, why not today? Like, if you don't take action today, when are you going to take action? Right? And if you don't take action now, once again, when are you going to take action? If it's not Sanki, then what is it? Right? When are you going to do? Because once that industry is gone, sometimes it's gone. Okay? So let me ask you a question. These are some of the things that we have at our disposal. So when you become a business owner here with Sanki, you become a partner with us. You own a part of the Sanki franchise, right? Yes, I said it. A part of the Sanki franchise. Okay, we know about all the traditional businesses. We know what it costs to own a McDonald's. We're talking about $2 million, right? $1 million liquid, $1 million in assets. And if you don't have the 2 million, guess what? You're not even in the ball game. Okay, so if you don't have those type of assets, what are you going to do? Right? Most people don't know. Okay, so this is what we're talking about, guys. As a Sanki business owner, you have access to all of these things. We're talking about unique technology, advanced science. So we're going to tell you and teach you about epigenetics. What does that mean? That means that the highest of science at an epigenetic standpoint. We're talking about being able to penetrate in your body from a cellular level. We're talking about nanotechnology, guys. Nanotechnology. Now, we all got these cell phones right here. So when we talk about nanotechnology, we're talking about making things smaller and smaller and smaller. But usually we're talking about it from a device standpoint and not from a nutrition standpoint. Let's think about that. Nanotechnology. We remember when cell phones first came to pass, right? Cell phones first came to pass. They came in two parts. You had a briefcase, and then you had the headset that came out of the briefcase, right? And then that cell phone got a little bit smaller, and you had the big brick. And that big brick was as big as this water bottle, but a lot thicker, right? That was the brick. And then that brick turned into the flip phone, right? We remember all of us had one, Motorola. We had the Motorola flip phone, right? And then it came into these things right here that we call a handheld device, which is really a computer in your hand. Now that's nanotechnology. That's doing technology bigger and bigger and better, bigger and bigger and better, smaller and smaller and smaller. But that's from a technological standpoint. Let me ask you a question. What do you know about nanotechnology from a health standpoint, from a food source? See, we specialize in nanotechnology from a food source, in nutrition, being able to penetrate the cells and work from the cell out. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. And then we're talking about biotechnology, right? We're talking about biology from a technical standpoint. And what you guys don't know is we're getting ready to combine all of these industry together, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then you're talking about fermentation, right? Being able to create the right bacteria to be able to interact in your body to do certain things. And of course, we're going to talk about metabolites. And we own, guess what, guys? We own the technology that we're talking about here. Okay, so let's talk about it. Hold on, my phone is going absolutely crazy. Is somebody trying to send me a message? Okay, cool. So folks are jumping on, guys, left and right. They're sending me messages, making sure they got the right link and all that stuff. So let's talk about it. Powerful research network, guys. Listen, we're a global company. We have a global presence. We have farms all over the globe. But not only do we have farms, our farms specialize in certain things to make sure that our company is absolutely cutting edge and we have things that nobody else has. So when we're talking about our farms in Mexico, we're talking about the best of the best in the cacao. Why is that cacao so important? Because that's the I guess what they call the fermentation or the product of the gods, right? We're talking about the cacao, right? The best possible place to grow that is, guess where? In Mexico, right? And then we're talking about Spain. We're talking about the fermentation process, which is the best soil in the world to do what? To raise and grow olive trees. Why? Because they have a specific bacteria that happens when those trees come together. We're talking about 25-year-old trees, right? We're talking about trees that are 1,000 years of age to 25 years of age that are commingling with each other from the root level, that's creating certain bacteria that we use to put in our formulas, right? I don't say products, I say formulas, because our formulas are cutting edge, right? They're not just products, they're more than that, okay? And I'll talk to that in a sec. Then, of course, we're talking about France, guys. We're talking about Dubai. We're talking about Japan, okay? We're talking about all of these different places where they have the best of the best soil to create the fermentation process that we need to create the best of the formulations. And then we have it all, guys, from seed to sale. What does that mean? That means from the time we plant it in the ground, from the time we farm it, to the time it goes to the laboratory, to the time it goes out to the field, to the time it gets to you and you ingest these formulas and it gets into your cells, because we are a cellular nutrition company. What does that mean, guys? We're going to work from the cells out, right? We're talking about working inside of the mitochondria. Why do we do that? Mitochondria is where it makes up 70% of your body. If you fix the mitochondria, you fix the body. So we're going to work from that cellular level out, cellular nutrition, to be able to create the best of the best formulations, formulas, technologies for you as the end user, the person that's actually going to be able to take advantage of what we have from a cellular nutrition level, right? And then guess what, guys? 50 plus years of scientific research, scientific study. So I love to say that documentation beats conversation any day, right? You can talk about it all the time. Every company out there that's in the health and wellness standpoint talks about what it is that they do, but do they have the research to back it? That's my question. Well, see, we have the research to back it and we have the manuals to prove it. We're an open book, we're a glass house. So if you're a person that wants to do the research on top of the research, guess what? We have the manuals to absolutely 100% prove that what we're saying is 100% true, 100%. So if you want to know what the ONR is, which is the oxalianite research and how reset and how that worked within your body, guess what? We have the manuals to prove it. Right? Because not only did we do in vitro scientific studies, we did in vivo. So not only did we study it in the lab, we studied it on people. So we know it works. We talk about the Orozide enzyme, guys, and how that works within the body, and it shows the research with that. So we have the manual for that. And then, of course, the award-winning Inter7, guys. So guess what? When you want to do the research on top of the research, absolutely. Do we have the manuals to prove it? Yes, we do. And then we got pharmaceutical specialties. What does that mean? That means we are in the pharmaceutical publications. We're in the PDR, which is the physician's desk reference. And what is that? That is absolutely the Bible for physicians. Bible for physicians, right? The Bible for physicians. What does that mean, Tim? Well, let me tell you, the Bible for physicians is where doctors go to figure out what they need to prescribe you based on what your situation is. We're in those documentations. We're in the Journal for American Medicine. Right? We're in there. Let me ask you how many other companies that you look at are actually being able to do that or say that or can attest to that. Let's look at it, right? And if they can't compare, then guess what? They can't compare. And then, of course, we are a blue ocean strategy company. What does that mean, guys? What is blue ocean strategy? I get that question all the time. Blue ocean just means we're in a lane by ourselves. We're not competing with all those other companies that's trying to prove to you that what they have is better than what you're using. Right? We don't have to prove that. Why? Because we know you're not using what it is that we have. We know that for certain, 100%. We don't even have to think about it. We know you're not using what we have. And then, of course, you see all the certifications at the top. We have special technologies like the advanced delivery system. What is that? That makes sure that our products penetrate the blood-brain barrier. What does that mean? That means it maintains its efficacy and it's able to penetrate into the cell so it can work from the cellular level out. It's not being eaten up by the enzymes that are in your stomach. It is going through your esophagus to your stomach and then into the cells without being broken down by the acids that are in your stomach. That is the advanced delivery system. And then, of course, we're kosher certified. Of course, we have the BSCG certification that just certifies us as drug-free. And if you guys don't know, some of you guys on here know, some of you guys might not. I'm an ex-professional athlete, so this BSCG certification means everything to me because I still train professional and collegiate athletes, right? And for me to be able to give them these particular supplementations, these particular formulas, I got to make sure that they're 100% drug-free. Why? Because I know that they're subject to random drug tests. And all it takes is one banned substance on that list for it to be in our particular formulations that will get those folks disqualified. So I'm 100% certain that I can give these to the college athletes that I actually train, the high school athletes that I actually train, the professional athletes that I actually train, and I don't even have to think about them being testing dirty, right? Because we know that sometimes, guys, sometimes you could take something as simple as a cough medicine, and all it requires is one thing on that list of banned substances in cough medicine, and it will get you suspended. I could raise my hand. When I was still playing professional ball, I did not even take cough medicines or cough drops when I felt an itchy throat. And the reason why is because I know that it's certain things that are in those medications that are on the list of banned substances. Now, I'm not a cheater. I've never cheated at not one time in my entire life. But I know if I took that particular cough medicine and I go for a random drug test, that I would test positive for a banned substance. So this BSCG certification is 100% important to everybody that I train. Why? Because they need to know that they can take these formulas and not test dirty on a drug test, right? So we're not talking about opinions here, guys. You see it at the bottom. We're talking about 100% facts. So like I say, guys, documentation be conversation any day of the week, okay? Now, let's talk about it. Health is the most important asset of any economy. Health. You heard me, right? Health. Because I don't care how much money you make. If you're not healthy enough to enjoy it or healthy enough to spend the time with your family, then you just made it in vain. Yes, you could pass it on to the family, but what about enjoying it with the family, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to show you this health aspect and what it is that we're doing that makes what we're talking about here absolutely 100% incredible. So this is our system, right? 4 different products. If you count the 2 flavors of Hasaki, we could say 5, right? But guess what? When we talk about these things, we're talking about a system that's going to put you in optimal health. What do I like to say? I like to say we're the world's #1 technology company that wraps itself in the health and wellness space. Why? Because we use technology to recreate the digestive system outside of the body, right? Once again, we're going to recreate, or we have recreated, the digestive system outside of the body. That's what makes us so special. That's what makes us so important. I challenge you to find another company that can say that, right? It's not out there. It's just us. That's why we're in a lane by ourselves. That's why we are a blue ocean strategy company. So we're going to talk about nourishing the body, vitalizing the body, and sustaining it, balancing and connect, and then restoring and revitalizing the body, right? And we're going to talk to you specifically from a product standpoint or a formulation standpoint that's going to show you how we've actually done that. So the very first formulation, which is our flagship formulation, right? Remember, we talked about 50 years in the industry, right? We're talking about 40 years of product and research before we brought one particular formula, which is this one, and then another 12 years in the marketplace, which makes us a 52-year-old best kept secret, right? I love the way Miss Lydia McKinney said that last night. We're a 50-year-old best kept secret. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about belage, which simply means beautiful age. So that's a French word, belage, right? It just sounds pretty, but it just simply means beautiful age. Why? Because we want to help your body not get old, but age, but not just age, but age beautifully, right? So we have the Orezide enzyme 3, guys, and what does it do? It's capable of acting inside the cells, inside the mitochondria, which makes up 70% of the body, and it is perfected with purified extracts of rosemary and olive oil. But the key thing is this: 100% natural. So we're talking about a 100% natural what? Food source. Okay, what does it do for you? And I'm gonna give you the clinical terms, but then I'm gonna come right behind it and give you the applicable terms, right? That break it down to a level that a kindergartner can understand it. So let's talk about it from a scientific standpoint. It's going to strengthen the immune system. It's going to increase energy production, reactivate natural antioxidants in the body, right? If y'all don't know what antioxidants are, anti-oxidation. So we want to stop the body from oxidizing, which means break down, okay? And then we're talking about improves hydration at the cellular level, right? Once again, we're talking about working inside of the mitochondria, okay? And then we're going to talk about decreased fat, sugars, and improves blood circulation. So Tim, what does all that mean, man? You gave me all these things. What does it mean? It just simply means we're going to increase your circulation. We're going to decrease inflammation, and then we're going to help the body deal with mucus. The three things that causes what? Sickness, illness, and disease. So if you're talking about it from an athletic standpoint, right? Because I know we got some folks on the line here tonight that are over some athletic programs, so I want to speak to that. We're talking about the ultimate in hydration. Why do I say that? Because if you hydrate the mitochondria, you hydrate the body. Why? Because 70% of your body's makeup is made up of mitochondria. So if you have the ultimate in hydration inside those cells, that means you have the ultimate in hydration inside the body, right? And I know the two things that folks that are in the athletic realm is they want to know that their athletes are hydrated, but at the same time, they want to prevent the body from breaking down, right? This is going to help in that area, okay? Now, this is probably my favorite formulation, right? The Hasaki, guys. And when I first got started, the most important thing in this particular formula to me was the 20% protein absorption. But what I found out from speaking to some physicians and some folks that are clinicians and they're in the science field, that's not even the most important thing, okay? The most important thing is Bovia, which is a revolutionary format that contains 596 different metabolites from the cacao. Remember, we talked about the cacao that's formulated right there in Mexico, and that's the best place to actually grow this particular ingredient, but it balances the intestinal flora. So it's giving you good gut health, right? Nourishes the mitochondria, okay? And the mitochondria is your second brain. That's your gut. Your gut is your second brain. We always think that our brain is telling our stomach what to do, but it's actually the other way around. Our gut or our stomach is telling our brain when we're hungry. Right, so we want to nourish that mitochondria, right? That's found right there. We're talking about good health. Improves protein absorption by 20%. Now, like I said, guys, that protein absorption to me was ultimate because I know that 20% more protein absorption equals 20% more muscle growth, which is going to in turn burn 20% more fat. So to me, that was the most important thing. But I'm going to tell you why those 596 metabolites are even more important, but it actually increases the oxidation of fat. Oxidation just simply means to break down. So we're breaking down fat, sustains proper weight management, improves vital energy to trillions of mitochondria. Now let's talk about those 596 metabolites. So if you see this intestinal tract, guys, you see all these bumps, all these dimples. Well, guess what? This intestinal tract is broken down into 596 different parts. And each one of those 596 different parts requires a different bacteria. It requires a different metabolite to be able to create the intestinal flora that we need to have proper gut health. So if we have 596 metabolites, guys, that means we are nourishing every single part of the intestinal tract. Now, why is that important? How did we even figure this out? Well, the company did a study of centenarians. That just simply means people that live to be 100 years of age or older, and they found out they all had one thing in common. 596 metabolites, guys. So what does that mean? That means if we can fix the problem outside of the body, and then put it inside of the body, that means we can fix the body. We can give you proper gut health, right? And that is absolutely incredible. Now, we're talking about our Inner 7, guys. Our Inner 7 is a formula that's an award-winning formula. And I had a really good conversation with one of our top leaders there in Atlanta today. And we were talking about, what's it called? Alkaline water and all of that stuff. And sometimes alkaline water can actually, too much of it can strip the intestinal flora, and it could create all kind of problems like intestinal problems like constipation and all of those different things. Why? Because you're breaking down the thing that the stomach needs. So what is this telling us? This telling us that with this Inner 7, we can balance that, right? It's going to load us with the proper minerals that we need to create proper gut health as well. Okay, the proper minerals, because what we found out through scientific study and research, that the body is not sick. What it is suffering from mineral deficiency. So if you can fix those mineral deficiencies, you can fix the body. Once again, guys, 100% natural. So if you've seen on every one of these slides, everything that says 100% natural. So we're talking about a food source. Why are we talking about a food source? Okay, because the body doesn't need food. The body needs what? Nutrition. So we're giving you the proper nutritional value that the body needs to be able to work optimally, right? So guess what it's going to do? Improve natural defense mechanism, contribute to proper pH balance. I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. Stimulates relaxation and revitalization, improves, there we go, gut health, intestinal flow, provides essential minerals for the body. That's what we're doing. So what does this mean? Layman terms, Tim, we're going to put the body in the proper pH levels. We're going to give the body the essential minerals that it needs, the main one being magnesium, to make sure that the body is functioning properly. And we're going to put your body in an alkaline state as opposed to an acidic state, but not just over alkalining the body, but putting it in the proper pH balance, 7.47 to 7.5, to make sure that the body is at the proper alkaline state. But why? Because we know that sickness, illness, and disease cannot reside in an alkaline body. That's absolutely incredible, right? So we want to make sure that we do that. Now, the last formula that we have, guys, is our chrome wheat fire. This is actually my wife's favorite, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. But it's loaded with green tea polyphenols, right? The ONR, which is the oxygenate reset. We showed you the actual manual on that in a couple of slides ago. Perfected with black bean, olive, rosemary, and green tea. Once again, 100% natural. Let's talk about the clinical definition of what this is. Reduces carbohydrates and sugars, sugar absorption, increases thermogenesis to reduce fatty tissue, protects against gastric oxidation, supports metabolism, and supports proper metabolic function. We gave you a lot of clinical stuff, Tim. Break it down to me in layman's terms. What does that mean? We know that the body can only absorb and process a certain amount of sugars, starches, fats, and cholesterol. Well, let me ask you this question. Everybody that's on here right now, I need you to think about this. Whatever the body cannot process, as far as sugars, starches, fats, and salts, and cholesterol, where does it go? Into the bloodstream. That's where it goes. So we're talking about diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all kind of chronodegenerative illnesses, excess inflammation. Why? Because the body can't pull out what it needs to pull out because it can only process so much, right? And of course, we know we're eating all kind of processed foods that, in order for it to be processed, it has to get all these additives and preservatives. And guess what? Our body can't break that down. So if it can't break it down, it's going to go into the sugar. All right, into the blood, and it's going to cause all of these other illnesses. So what does this do for us, guys? It's going to help us properly metabolize the food that we need to metabolize. So it's going to break down those starches. It's going to break down those sugars. It's going to break down those fats. It's going to help to metabolize the salt. So basically what it's going to do is give the body everything that it needs and then remove everything that it doesn't, right? So you're going to go to the bathroom and your body's going to pass all of the things that it does not need for it to function properly. So that's where the thermogenesis process happens. Right? Thermogenesis, what does that mean, guys? Simple. It's going to help you burn fat while you sleep. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if it's a thing that I can take to ingest that's going to help my body burn fat while I sleep or while I rest, that's a good thing. Because guess what? The body only wants to do one thing, and that's to repair itself, right? And if I get the proper rest, then I can get the proper repair. See, our body doesn't need sleep. Our body needs rest. How many people do we know? And you can raise your hand if you want, that sleeps 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, but they wake up and they're still tired. Why? Because they're sleeping, but they're not resting. See, the body repairs itself at rest. So all our formulas do is put our body in balance, which the scientific name for that is homeostasis. We want the body to be able to balance, do the thing that it needs to do. So what? So we can do the things that we need to do to heal. Okay, now let's talk about it. We're going to talk a little bit about the money and how that thing works and all of that good stuff. But this is the deal. Everybody has a plan A. That's called your JOB, right? That's it. Your JOB is your plan A. That's that 40-40-40 plan. Go to work for 40 years, work 40 hours a week to retire at 40% less than what you couldn't make it on when you were making 100% of, right? That's the plan A. But let me ask you a question. What do you do when that plan A goes away? Do you have a plan B? If you do have a plan B, what is it? So what we're going to show you is our plan B. What's so exciting about us? Well, here timing is everything, guys. We talked about Tesla. We talked about Bitcoin. We talked about all these cutting edge industries that we missed out on, right? But now we're going to talk about 3 cutting edge industries that you absolutely have access and you need to take advantage of it right now. So we're talking about nanotechnology, guys, which is worth $42 billion. That's a $42 billion industry. Nanotechnology, well, guess what? Guess what Sanki Global is? We are a nanotechnology company. Then, of course, we talk about biotechnology, guys, which is worth $370 billion. Well, guess what Sanki also is? We're also a biotechnology company. And then, of course, if you add wellness, which is the health and wellness industry, we're talking about 4.2 trillion with a T, right? Well, guess what Sanki Global is? We are also a health and wellness company. So when you're talking about combining these 3 industries together, guys, guess what you're talking about? You're talking about a Sanki trend. So what I'm saying is this, at some point in time, guys, nano-biotechnology is going to be in your house, whether you like it or not. This is the deal. Do you want to be in front of that industry or do you want to be behind it? Because we saw what happened with the electric cars, right? We used to all watch the Jetsons and we thought that was crazy, right? But now guess what we have? We're living in the life of the Jetsons. We have electric cars that don't require gasoline. Okay, we know what biotechnology is. We're in a biotechnological age, right? So my question to you is, do you want to be in front of the trend or behind it? We're saying we're in the trend. Join the trend so you can take advantage of when it happens. All I know is this. Listen, Sanki Global is a train going 300 miles an hour due east. All you got to do is stick your hand out and grab a hold of it. So if I stick my hand out on a train that's moving 300 miles an hour due east, what does that mean? That means when I grab it, I'm going to 300 miles an hour due east. We are that trend, guys. You just want to take advantage of it. So what do I need to do to start? 3 easy steps, guys. 1 customer, 2 distributors. Help them do the same. And then afterwards, we're going to get on a little training so I can share some information on how you actually take advantage and grow through our compensation plan. But I'm just showing you a couple of things that we do to grow your business. So if you want to grow a network, we're going to show you how to do that. 3 easy steps. 1 customer, which certifies you as a certified distributor. 2 distributors, which means you're a binary qualified. And then we're going to help people do the exact same thing. That's as simple as it gets. I don't know any other way to do it. All I know is we teach you how to earn 3 ways. We're going to teach you how to earn right now money. We're going to teach you how to earn fast money. And then we're going to teach you how to earn long-term money, right? Which is what? Right now money is being able to earn money as soon as you come in. Fast money is being able to build a team if you so choose to do so. And then the long-term money is the residual income that's going to come along with it. We're going to show you how to get that done, okay? So let's look at it. Customer acquisition, super simple, guys. As you continue to grow your business with a customer base, 3 customers, guys, that sign up on your website, your product is free, right? And that's worth $100 to you. So 3 customers is 100, 6 customers, 200, 15 customers, 500. Guys, 30 customers. We had a young lady that I did a training with today. Her main goal is what? In the month of January, she said, Tim, my goal in the month of January is to get 30 customers. So guess what, guys? In addition to the other aspects of how we're getting paid, she's going to make $1,000 just by enrolling 30 customers. And guess what? She don't even got to be there. All they got to do is go to her website, click and order, because that's where we are, guys. We're in the click and order age. Okay, so let's look at it, right? Look at how many $1 million in commission that we've paid out. You see it. 92 plus trips to Paris, guys. 28 trips to Japan, 130 plus lifestyle bonuses. My question to you are you next? Or should I make it an exclamation mark and say, you are next? All you got to do is join us, right? This is what we're doing. So how do we do it, guys? We got a couple of different options, and we have some really good promotions that's going on right now that'll even bring these price points even down. But these are the price points that we have. We got the 50-point packs. This 10D Fit pack is no longer here, so don't even look at that. But we still have the Sanki Unified kit. We also have the basic pack, and we also have the executive pack and the pro pack. And these are the points that's associated with it. So why are those points associated with that? Because guess what? 40 points, I mean, you're gonna earn 40% of the points that's associated. For your first 2 persons that you enroll, guys, first 2 people, you're gonna earn 40%, 40%. And then for the next, from 3 on, you're gonna earn an additional 20%. So you do the math on that. So you pick and choose where you get started. But guess what? The biggest point, which is the best product right now because it's not even $1,149, guys. This particular pack right now is $1,120. The best particular pack that you can get. Why? Because it's going to give you everything you need to be able to grow your business, right? But if you don't want that, of course, we have the 200-point pack, which is actually $620. But guess what? We're going to waive the enrollment of the $60. So you can do the math on that. This particular pack is $320. But guess what? We're going to waive the $60 enrollment on that, right? So that do the math on that. This one here is actually $175, but we're waiving the $60 enrollment pack on that. So we're giving you the best of anything that you can possibly have to order, and we're giving it to you at a discounted price. So guess what, guys? All we're saying is join today. Get started, living your dreams. That's what this company is about. We're talking about sustainable happiness. We're talking about longevity. We're not talking about curing anything. We're not talking about people being sick. Like I said, we don't cure anything, but we help with everything. So whatever you have going on with your life, guys, from a health and wellness standpoint, from a financial standpoint, we got you. We're here for you. We want to do the best that we can to help you build your dreams inside of this company. So join today. Start living your dreams, guys. So let's talk about it real quick. Let me tell you something. Absolutely. 3 types of people that look at this particular opportunity. The first type of person says, I'm in. I want to try the products out. And if that's you, get with the person that invited you on, ask them to send you their link so you can go ahead on and enroll and get started with ordering the products that you feel like you need, right? Whether it's one product, whether it's all 4 of them. You know what your situation is, and you know what you need to do to live sustainable happiness. All we're doing is trying to help you live as long as your body was designed to live, and not as long as your doctors say you should live, right? That's what we're about. The second type of person actually has questions. And what do they say? They simply say, hey, listen, you know what? I got some questions about the comp plan, but I love what you're talking about with the products. But if I can get those questions answered, then I'm all in. If that's you, then guess what? Welcome. Welcome, 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 because I know we can answer the questions. The worst thing you can do is go to the brokest person you know and ask them what they think about an opportunity that they have no idea is. Right? And let me tell you something about broke people, guys. And I'm not talking about broke from a financial standpoint, but I'm talking about broken from a mental state. If you hang around with 5 broke or broken people, you're bound to be number 6. Right? So you want to get your questions answered by the folks that can answer your questions. And then the third type of person says, you know what, Tim, you could have shut up a long time ago. I'm in. I'm all in. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to change my life from a health and wellness standpoint. And I'm ready to make as much money as this compensation plan will pay me. Right? And if that's you, then we say, welcome to the team. So what you want to do, guys, at this point in time, you want to get with the person and have them send you their link. So you can go ahead on and get enrolled and start living your dream, start living your purpose, start living your passion, start doing the things that you need to do to take your life from where it is and take it to the next level, because that's what this company is about. Right? And so we're going to share some information with you on how to actually get started in the next couple of minutes. So what I want to do, guys, is right now, I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to pull up another actual screen share, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we need to do for you actually to get started. Hold on one sec while I pull that up. As far as launching your business, okay? And then we're going to go into a specific training. We're going to take a break and allow those folks that's ready to get started to actually get enrolled. And then we're going to do a rank advancement training to show you exactly what you need to do to actually advance in rank. So this is it, guys, okay? This is your first steps with Sanki. The first thing you want to do really is download the actual, what is it called? Where am I at? The digital kit. The first thing you want to do is download your digital kit, guys. You want to do that. You want to go to your Sanki Share app. Go to whatever your cell phone is, whether if you got an Apple, you need to go to the Apple store. If you got Android and you need to go to the app, you want to download your Sanki Share app and you want to download the welcome. Okay, after you download the welcome book, guys, you want to identify your why. Your why is going to help you stay focused, right? Because when your why is right, then the hows don't matter. Okay, and then you want to make your list. And we also have a brain teaser in that workbook that actually will show you how to create your list. But the thing is this with your list, guys, you want to create your first 24 names in 24 hours, right? They used to tell you to go out and make a list of 100 names. That's not what we're telling you. We're telling you 24 and 24. 24 names in 24 hours, guys. Plain and simple. Go through your cell phone, this thing right here, and think about it this way. If I'm going to start a traditional business, who would be the first 24 people that I would talk to? And go through your alphabets from A to Z and pick your top name in A all the way through Z. Now, I don't know many people that know somebody's name that start with X, Y, or Z. So, but definitely, we can create a list of 24 names in 24 hours with that. And then within your 48 hours, you want to do the same thing again. So that means your first list is your board of directors, your CEOs, your CFOs. Who would those folks be? That's your first 24. Your second 24 names in 48 hours will be who would be your upper management? Who would be your upper level management, your supervisor, and so on like that. The third list of 24, so that'll round it out to 72 to 100 names by day 3. You want to know who would be your mid-level managers. That's how you want to create your list. Okay, and then you want to categorize that list, right? We want to categorize it. We'll do a specialized training on Saturday to show you how to categorize that. But by day 3, guys, guess what you want to be doing? You want to be launching your business. You want to do a 3-day blitz. You want to invite your first 24 on your first Zoom. You want to invite your second 24 on your second Zoom, and then incorporate anybody that didn't make the first Zoom. And then by your third Zoom, you want to be rounding out who your team is by that third Zoom. Right? So by your first week, guys, we want to be putting you in a situation where 2 things happen. We want you to be a certified distributor, and we want you to be binary qualified, right? We want that to happen within 3 days, okay? So we want to make your list, qualify the list. You want to invite and ask questions. You want to share content, samples, and follow up and close, okay? We also have team building, training, conference calls, webinars, company events. So guess what? We're having a launch event on Saturday. So guess what? Everybody that's on here needs to be on Saturday, because we're going to go into some intense training on Saturday to show you how to build your business. So guess what? Every single one of you guys needs to be on Saturday. You needs to be on that training. Okay, and then we're going to talk about webinars and company events. All right, we got a big event coming up in February that everybody needs to be at that event, and it's going on in Mexico. Okay, and then training and support. You want to check your emails, because you're going to get training emails from corporate. Of course, we have all of our social media. You want to download that digital kit, guys. You want to go to the Sanki Share app to be able to have access to all the things that we got going on. That's that mobile app that we have here. And then guess what? You want to join the distributor groups so you can follow up and see what's going on. And then, of course, I mentioned the welcome book at the top. Then, of course, you have the at a glance, guys. That's going to tell you everything that's going on with the company. Okay, you want to know that. You want to be able to go in and make sure you sign up on auto ship. You want to go in and know what's going on in your back office so you can pull up the at a glance and know everything that's going on. And then, of course, you have the get started videos. You want to share the content that we have. The most important thing that we can do, guys, is what? Share samples. Why? Because we want to give people the customer experience, right? Customer experience, 100%. We want to make sure that we give them the customer experience, okay? And then we want to enroll distributors and customers. All right, so what do we need to do to be successful, guys? You got to be on auto ship, right? You got to lead by example. You got to show your team what they need to do to be successful. And then you want to get 3 customers, guys. 3 customers is key, but guess what? All you need is 1 customer to be a certified distributor. And then all you need is 2 distributors to be binary qualified, right? And then we're going to show you how to achieve duplicator. I'm going to go over that with you in a few minutes. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the dynamics of success. We want to keep it simple, fun, duplicatable. And we want to be able to tell people how to take action now, guys. These are the things that we need to do to be successful in our Sanki business, right? That's what we need to do. So this is what we're going to do, guys. I just gave you some things to do, action oriented. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Don't log off, right? Stay on. We're going to take a 5-minute break. So if you have guests that are on, you can go ahead on, send a guest your link so they can absolutely get enrolled. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to take advantage of what? How to advance through the ranks, how to become a duplicator, which is going to lead you to bronze, which is going to lead you to silver, which is going to lead you to gold, platinum, and all the way through the ranks so you can have a successful Sanki business, right? We already have a few folks on the line. Bishop Rose is here on the line. He just hit silver. You got the Singletons that are on the line. In 30 days, guys, they hit bronze. 30 days, right? So don't tell me it can't be done. It just happened. And they're on track to hit silver already, guys. So we want to show you exactly what we're going to do, the game plan that we're going to use to be able to do it. Get with the folks that actually invited you on, get their link so you can get engaged, find out what it is that you need to do. And then on top of that, guys, we're going to share some information on how to actually advance through the ranks. So we're going to give you about 5 minutes to do that. And then I'm going to do a training about 15 minutes after that, maybe 20 at the most. We'll definitely have you off the line in the next 20 minutes at most, but definitely you want to be able to get those folks that are on enrolled, and then we want to show them what they need to do to be successful. So we're going to go ahead on and take care of that. And once again, guys, I'll be right back in about 5 to 10 minutes, guys. All right, guys. We're getting ready to get started, man. It is absolutely my pleasure to bring this information to you guys. If you guys don't know, man, I'm a facts and figures, guys. I love numbers. I love talking about numbers. I love seeing numbers, but more importantly, I love making numbers, right? That's the most important thing, man. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And for some folks on the line, it might not be money and about the money, and that's okay. Because sometimes for some people, it's not about the money. I'll be honest with you guys. You know, when I came into this industry, for me, it wasn't about the money, but one thing it was about me buying my time back. And because time is an asset that once it's gone, right? You can never get back time. Time lost is exactly what it is. It's time lost. And so, you know, even though it might not be about the money, for some folks, they might have all the money they need, but they don't have the time that they need. That was me. I was cash rich and time broke. I didn't come into this industry with that story. Some people come into this industry with the story of, you know, they got a house in foreclosure, car being repossessed, and all of that kind of stuff. That wasn't my story because I had done well financially. You know, I was a former professional athlete, and I did some really good things with my money from that standpoint. And then once I was done playing ball, I was an engineer by trade, so I made good money there as well. But what I was time broke. So I had my professional athlete money. I also had, you know, my money from me being an engineer, but I didn't have the time. The time for me was more important than anything else because I was missing my family all the way around. Okay. So, you know, what I needed was some specific things. And those specific things was time. I was cash rich, time broke. Wake up in the morning, my wife and daughter would be asleep. Most of the time when I got home at night, my wife and daughter would be asleep. And on the weekends, all I wanted to do was sleep. So we were missing each other all the way around. And, you know, me being on salary, it didn't matter how many hours I worked, my check ended up being the same. So what does that mean? When I added up all the hours I work as opposed to the income that I was earning, I was just like the regular person. The only difference was I was broke at a higher level, right? So that's the deal. That's the deal. So what we want to do is we want to show you how to maximize this compensation plan, how to go through this compensation plan, earn as much as you can possibly earn, but at the same time, do the things that you need to do to be successful, okay? And the first thing that you want to do in this business, guys, is to be a certified distributor. That's the building block of what we do. You want to become a certified distributor. How do you do that? You want to make sure that you're on auto ship. Okay, you want to make sure that you're 100% on auto ship and you're doing the things that you need to do to become a certified distributor, which is to do what? Get one customer. So you're on auto ship, you're going to get one customer, and hopefully you get that customer to enroll on auto ship as well. Why? Because we want to consistently create a residual income for you. Okay, so when you enroll your first customer, guys, you achieve the right of a certified distributor. You see the guy with his hands up. He's saying, yes, I'm sanctified. So that means you've done it. You've achieved that first goal, that first plateau, that first thing that you need to do in this business is to get your first customer. Once you've done that, guess what? You're sanctified. You're a certified distributor. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, and the second thing you want to do is become a rising star or become binary qualified, right? Rising star, binary qualified, that just simply means you have one customer and two distributors. Two distributors make you binary qualified. Bi means two, one on the left, one on the right. So how do you do that? Make sure you're in auto ship. And then you have one customer that has at least a 50-point order. That means 2 products. 1 box is 25, 2 boxes is 50. Okay, and then you have 2 distributors, one on your left and one on your right. That makes you binary qualified, right? You've done that. Boom, I'm binary qualified. Man, you're on your way, right? And then you want to duplicate that effort, right? Once you duplicate that effort, guys, you want to create what's called a duplicator. All right, let me make sure that this is right. Hold on one second. Boom, let me get it absolutely centered. So once you hit this duplicator rank, guys, guess what? Katie barred the door, as they say down south. That just simply means it's over. It's a wrap. You guys have done it. You guys have unlocked the secret to the entire compensation plan, right? You're a duplicator. So how do you achieve duplicator, guys? You accumulate 300 total sales points in your position. So what does that mean? That means your personal purchases as well as the purchases from your customers and their customers, right? You achieve 300 total sales points there, and then you accumulate a minimum of 1,200 total group points. That means you and your 2 distributors combined, right? 1,200 points, 600 points on the left, 600 points on the right, and now you're a duplicator. Super simple. All you got to do is continue to do the same thing. Teach your distributors how to do what? Get 1 customer, 2 distributors. And then they teach their customers how to do what? Get 1 customer and 2 distributors. And then they teach their people how to do what? Get 1 customer and 2 distributors. So now all you do is become a duplication nation. You want to create as many duplicators as you can because the duplicator is the building block of the whole compensation plan. So you want to be duplicators creating duplicators, right? I set a goal for the singletons, and I'm not ashamed to say it, right? The singletons are doing absolutely incredible, but we need to create 20 duplicators in their organization this month. 20, right? Duplication nation, and it's totally doable. How do I know it's doable? Because we just did it with the singletons. We just did it. They just went from 0 to hero in 30 days, just coming into bronze, 30 days. So I know it can be done, but all we got to do is do what? Create duplicators, become a duplication nation. Okay, and then guess what? Once you do that, you unlock your life, you unlock your legacy. You're going to maximize and capitalize when you hit duplicator. And this unlocks every single way of pay that we have. We got 11 of them, right? We got 11 of them, okay? And then guess what, guys? Once you do that, now guess where you are? You're in a position of being able to take care of leadership ranks, because once you create duplicators, guess what you've just done? You've just hit bronze. So we're talking about bronze. What is bronze? 3,500 points in your entire organization, 1,050 points on your lesser leg, your balance leg, which is 30%, right, of the 3,500. If you do the math on it, you take 3,500, multiply that point times 0.3, that's 30%. That'll be 1,050 points. And then 300 points in your personal position, right? That's going to create right around $500. Could be more, but right around $500. Okay, that's as a bronze. Once you do go silver, guys, we're talking about 9,000 points in your position. 30% of 9,000 is 2,700 in your lesser leg or your balance leg, or some people call it the pay leg. And then, of course, what happens? 300 points in your position. Now we're talking about, on average, about $1,000. Could be more, but on average, about $1,000. Okay, and then guess what? Now this is just in the binary. We're not talking about all the other ways of pay. We're just talking about right there in the binary. We're talking about an extra $1,000. Okay, and then once you hit gold, guys, we're talking about 30,000 points as a goal, divided by 30%, 9,000 in your pay leg. 350 points in your position, because as you're growing the business, you're going to have more customers. That just happens as by default. We're talking about on average about $3,000 as a goal, guys. Could be more because of all the other things that are in the pay. But we're talking about $3,000. Okay. Now we're talking about the Platinum Club, which is stable income, stable, right? Folks that are at Platinum have a stable income. Right? We got a diamond on the line right now. She could tell you once her income flattened out and became stable, it was once she hit platinum. She's the first diamond outside of Mexico in all of the US and the Caribbean. Her name is Dr. Ruth Ann Lightburn. I'm gonna go ahead on and put your name out there, Dr. Ruth Ann. Absolutely incredible, because once she hit that platinum position, guys, stable income, right? Now, guess what? Now you're part of the platinum club. So you get an exclusive ring and you get a custom made jacket with your name on the inside, right? It's yours. It's made to fit you. And then, of course, you have the lifestyle bonuses that's attached to it. Now, some people use it to purchase cars. Some people use it to accelerate their house note. Some people use it to get braces on their kids' teeth. Some people use it to put their kids in private school. It's your money. It's your lifestyle. You do whatever you want to do with it. Some people use it to buy a car. All right, that's the first lifestyle bonus. If you use it to pay a car, we're gonna give you $2,000 for the down payment, plus about $415, I believe it is, for the car note. Right? Absolutely incredible. Okay, and then the next pay raise, I'm gonna say it again for the third time, pay raise is at diamond. Once you hit diamond, guys, let's talk about it. 120,000 in volume. 30% of that is 36,000 in your pay leg, 400 points in your position. We're talking about on average about $6,000. Could be more, depending on how it breaks down in the compensation plan. Okay, and then of course double diamond. Now, let me tell you something. At diamond, not only do you get the diamond jacket and the diamond ring, you also get the all expense paid trip to where? Paris. We're talking about a real vacation. Vacation, all expense paid. All you do is show up at the airport. Okay, Paris. All right, and then the next one is double diamond. We're going to take you to a trip to Japan. We got 32 people going to Japan in a couple of months. 32 more people going to Japan because they've achieved this particular position of double diamond. 240,000, 72,000 in the pay leg, 400 as the points that's associated with it. That's around $10,000 a month, guys, as a diamond. We're talking about $10,000 a month. That's $120,000 a year. Could be more, depending on where you are, okay, and how those bonuses that we talked about earlier are going, okay. And then, of course, once you hit triple diamond, we're going to upgrade that lifestyle bonus. So now, if you want to get a Tesla, guess what? We're going to give you about $6,500 for your down payment, and then I believe is $4,500 for the down payment, and then about $620 for the actual car note. So you can upgrade that vehicle if you choose to do so. Or if you want to accelerate the payment on your home, put your kid in a more expensive school, buy yourself more expensive clothes, accelerate the mortgage a little bit more on your home. You know, if you got extra kids that need braces, you can do that. It is your lifestyle bonus. You do with it as you see fit. Okay. And then, of course, guess what? You go to the ambassador position. That is the coup de grace trip. Which is to Dubai. I don't know anybody in the world that don't want to go to Dubai. I got friends that's been there and they tell me about it all the time, and I definitely got to make a trip there. But that's 960,000 points, 30% of that, 288,000 in your position, 700 points. So as you're continuing to build, you're acquiring more customer, which is going to increase your income, which is going to increase what you get. But we're talking about $50,000 a month as an ambassador, guys. $50,000 a month. That's $600,000 a year. I don't know about you, but here where I stay in Texas, a $600,000 pay raise will definitely change your zip code. Definitely change your zip code. And I live in a pretty good zip code here, right? It'll definitely change your zip code. And then the tip from the top, the drip from the drop, crown ambassador position, guys. That's the top there. We're looking at about $100,000 a month. That's $1.2 million a year. And that's just, you know, there is no cap. So literally you can make $1 million a month, right? We were looking at some folks that are in the industry, that are in the health and wellness industry, and we got some folks making $1 million a month in this industry. We're looking for the first person in this company that wants to make $1 million a month. And if that's you, we want to help you. Why? Because the company is not going to cut the payments. We want to pay you what you earn, right? So that's what we're doing here, guys. And then listen, this is how you do it. This is the rank duplication. If you want to hit bronze, you want to create 3 duplicators, plain and simple, right? I'm trying to help the singletons create 20, right? Those are some of the leaders that I'm working. I'm trying to help Dr. Ruth Ann create probably another 20 in her organization, right? And some of the other folks that I'll be working with, the same thing. But that's my goal. Okay. And then guess what? Once you create those 3 duplicators, you go bronze, you help those same people go bronze, and then you go silver. And then you help those 3 bronzes go silver, then you go gold. But guess what? Once you hit gold, guys, all you got to do is have 2 golds, and then you hit platinum. You have 2 platinums, you hit diamond. You have 2 diamonds, you hit double diamond. You have 2 double diamonds, you hit triple diamond. 2 triple diamonds, you hit ambassador. 2 ambassadors, you hit crown ambassador, guys. And we showed you the numbers. We showed you what's required. It's right there. It's trackable. It's buildable. It's about duplication. All right. So we want to make sure that we continue to duplicate, show folks how to hit these different rank advancements. I don't know what's going on with I think I got one of those Bluetooth mice, if you will. Now, this is the deal, guys. 100%. Number of distributors on your team. And let me tell you how important this is. I built some large organizations in the past. So my largest organization that I built was about 350,000 people. My biggest paycheck with that company was about $52,000 a month with 300,000 distributors. Okay, 300,000. And my biggest check was $52,000 a month, right? Now, let's look at it here. We're talking about 100 distributors, each having 3 customers. So that's 300 customers. All right, we're talking about $2,000 right there with just 100 distributors on your team, right? That's just in the binary. That's not talking about all the other stuff. That's residual income, okay? If we're talking about 200 distributors, each having 3 customers, that's 600 customers. That's gonna create $4,000 a month, right? Now, 400, it's gonna create $6,000 a month. Now, that's not you personally. That's your team. Your team, okay? $6,000 a month, right? 600, $12,000 a month. 1,000, $20,000 a month. Now, let's go down here, guys. We're talking about just 5,000 distributors. Now, what did I tell you about my biggest organization? 300,000 distributors, and my biggest check was $53,000 a month with that particular opportunity. $53,000 a month with that particular opportunity, right? But we're talking about 5,000 distributors. We're talking about $100,000 a month, guys, with 5,000 distributors, $100,000 a month. So is the money here? Absolutely. Can we go get it? Absolutely. All we got to do is show you what you need to do to be successful. That's it. All you got to do is plug into the things that we got plugged in, guys. Let me tell you something. I know Christina sent me a actual slide, but for whatever reason, I can't pull it up. But I'm going to tell you about what we got going on right now. Right now, guys, you can enroll some folks, and we're going to have even a bigger promotion on Saturday, but you want to enroll your folks now because you want them to be able to take advantage of what we got going on Saturday to explode your business. See, this is the month to explode your business. The first quarter of the year determines the rest of your year. You have a bang out first quarter, guys, and you're at, within by the end of the first quarter, everybody on this line should be aiming at $10,000 a month by the end of the first quarter. If you shoot for the moon, you'll land amongst the stars. So even if you don't hit $10,000 a month, if you're at $2,000 or $3,000 extra, that's absolutely incredible. Why do I say that? Think about what you got to do on your job to get a $2,000 or $3,000 raise. And if you work hourly, think how many extra hours you got to make an extra $2,000. We're talking about leveraged income here and what you need to do. So let's look at it, okay? Listen, we have our basic pack, all right, the 100-point pack, $320, but we're going to waive the $60 enrollment fee. So we're talking about $260, $260. You got $60 off, right? Then the next pack up is the executive pack, which is $620. We're going to waive the $60 on that as well. So we're talking about $560. And then, of course, what I like to call the coup de grace, which is probably the biggest bang for your buck, because ordinarily before now, it was $1,149, $1,149. But guess what? Right now, it's $1,120 plus the $60 off. So we're talking about $1,060 to start your business. Now, I don't know about you guys. I own a traditional business as well, right? I own a traditional business. For me to actually get that business up and going, it cost me $1.6 million. We're talking about an opportunity that's going to pay you, what it cost a traditional business owner to make in 3 years, because traditional business owners, anybody that owns a traditional business, I'll tell you, we're talking about a 2 to 3 year turnaround before you're able to get what you invested into that company back. We're talking about, $1,060 to be able to make 6 figures from your house. I got a good friend of mine who owns Cold Stone Creameries. And if you guys don't know what that is, that's one of the nicest ice cream parlors that we have here in the United States. He owns 4 of them. His first 5 years, all he was doing was breaking even. Now, once he broke even, though, he's making a killer. I'll be honest. He made $560,000 in 2021, $560,000. But guess how long it took him to do it? 5 years before he got out of just breaking even. We're telling you for $1,060, the highest investment level, you could be at a 6-figure plus income by the end of the year by just following some steps, following what we have in place, and making sure you plug into what? We have a kickoff event on Saturday, guys. We're going to be shooting you the information in all of the chats, all of the groups, so you'll be able to take advantage of that. You want to be able to take advantage of that, guys. If you don't take advantage of what we have going on this weekend, you are flat out missing it. You're going to get some training from the best of the best in the industry. Not just this company, but we're talking about from the industry. You got Dr. Helen De La Houssaye, who's made, over $11 million in this industry, created 33 first-time millionaires. She's going to be training on that. You have Mr. Jose Arvida, who's not only a mogul in the network marketing industry, guys, and the CEO of this company, but he's also a traditional business owner. So he's made millions of dollars inside and outside of the industry. You have Queen Fabiola that's going to be on there. Of course, you're going to have Dr. Franco. You're going to have Dr. De La Grantes. You're going to have, some of the other leaders, Dr. Ruth Ann. We have some powerhouse people that's going to be doing some absolutely incredible training, and you don't want to miss it. Why? Because this is going to take your business to the next level. When I say to the next level, guys, 100% in the stratosphere, right? Of course, we're going to have Queen Fabiola on there. And I don't know if I said Miss Lydia McKinney. She's going to be on there as well. Let me tell you something, guys. When we talk about the best of the best, we're talking about high quality training. We're talking about taking your business to the next level. And then we're going to do a deep dive into every aspect of this business that we're going to go over through this week. We're just scratching the scratch right now. We're going to dig deep into this training, intense, to take you from where you are to the next level. And you absolutely need to have yourself and your team on that training if you're serious in 2022 to take your business to the next level. So with that being said, guys, God bless, take care, take charge, and we look forward to seeing all of you guys on the beaches of the world, guys. God bless, take care, take charge. Good night.